So was the
Всем
bastard you were
привет,
after
это
now
канал
riding with the
Прохождение. Меня зовут
cowboys?
Сергей, и мы продолжаем проходить кого Juarez, Gunslinger.
Oh,
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was
Куда мы
working for old
движемся на
man Clown.
этот раз?
I came upon them robbing a stagecoach,
Ага.
which wasn't surprising, being they were such
ограбили
murderous
дилижанс,
thieves and
бандиты.
bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
Лично вырубил. Так, у меня навыков еще нету. Еще все тяжко.
Moments later, the attackers were dead. And I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing.
Так, что тут у нас?
None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did.
Ох ты, нихера себе, сколько.
They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle,
Блин, чё,
but I was
помогли?
holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force.
Shoot that running son of a
Ну, быстрая.
See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first.
Опа.
Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to pull me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim.
Мать.
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Налетели, ё-моё. Так.
I ran ahead as
Револьверных
if the
патронов
devil
нету.
himself was after me.
Что, шутите, что ли?
Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this? I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going.
You're done!
And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
избавиться от
And
последних
imagine
врагов.
my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo.
Чтобы не ага.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunted. Time.
Oh, all right. Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
Так, и что теперь у нас ждет? Монструозный, черный, чертовски подлый старик Клентон. Че, дуэль? Со
I
стариками
yelled
тем
out
или
at
чё,
the
я
top
не
of my
понял?
lungs, Clinton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me.
Так, откуда он херачит?
Not if I was to find and kill
А,
Ringo.
вот он.
I needed to get that old man off that gun. Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Закончились.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Отлично, получилось. Врагов убито 50, точно 67, винтовка в голову. Продолжить. Так, у меня очко навыков появилось, да? На самом деле Сайлос преследовал ковбоев не ради денег, а чтобы отомстить одному из своих главных врагов, Джонни Ринга. Перестрелка у лесопилки.
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
Айрон Спрингс, Аризона,
I had
24
tracked
марта
him and the cowboys to their hideout at a
1882 года.
sawmill.
Так, у меня
They were
есть
loaded for bear.
ближний бой. Так. Вот так, а вот это быстрая перезарядка винтовки. А вот это у нас... 7 больше патронов. Перезарядка на бегу. Вот это вот качнем. Так, стоять. А, вот. Что-то погодка у нас испортилась.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why.
Давай рассказывай.
But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious. Herb's coming! Get ready, boys. Curly Bill took charge of the cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil. Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Маленько троих снял. Так. Толочные патрончики. Это что тоже?
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy.
Да.
Certainly not Wyatt Earp.
Зарядник на
That man was all
дробовик не
hat and
надо.
no cap.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him. But Doc Holliday might have taken it.
Дробовик чисто в упор.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But
Шестизарядник
everybody knew that
лук
Curly
хорошо
shot him in
в
the
дальние
back.
расстояния.
That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal.
Опа, нихера себе, что это было? Зарубал меня кто-то, что-то я... Так, револьверчик возьмем.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Так, надо, наверное, будет прокачать способность, чтобы винтовочный патрон больше с собой таскать. Так, проберитесь во дворе сопилки, и что-то я не дочитал.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Так, здесь что?
Indeed I was, Jack.
Так, надо с винтовочки их лучше лупить здесь.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good
Yeah.
cover.
Оп. Головешку прям, да?
Show 'em how to die!
Не открывается. Вот. Стоп. Ух ты, бляха-муха.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
Так, сюда, наверное, дальше.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
3 мая 1850 года и прожил 32 жестоких года. Он вошел в историю как бандит и стрелок, который в последние годы жизни был тесно связан с бандой ковбоев. Ринго заработал свою славу опасного человека в 1874-76 годы, участвуя в войне в графстве Мейсон. Его деяния в период этого конфликта стоили ему почти 2 лет в тюрьме, пока не были опровергнуты все обвинения. Вскоре после приезда в Аризону пьяный Ринго в салуне выстрелил в человека и ранил его за то, что тот предпочел пить свое пиво вместо виски, купленного ему Ринго. Неудивительно, что в окрестностях Тампстоуна у Ринго была репутация грубого бродяги со скверным характером и склонностью к насилию, особенно в состоянии опьянения. С другой стороны, кто знает, какой бы его репутация, если бы схватка у Ок-Кораля завершилась иначе. Истории пишут победителями так, что Уэйн Эрб с братьями выиграли не только бой, но и войну за симпатии людей. В день 13 июля 1782 года Джонни Ринго был найден мертвым со своим револьвером в руке с огнестрельным ранением в голову. Он сидел под деревом без обуви. Лошадь Ринго нашли 2 недели спустя. Его сапоги были привязаны к седлу. Ковбои так часто делали, чтобы в обувь не залезли скорпионы. Официально случившееся было признано самоубийством, но мы до сих пор не знаем, был ли король ковбоев убит, например, Уэем Эрпом или Доком Холлидеем, или он просто застрелил, почувствовав тщетность дальнейшей жизни.
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand. Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Опа, а вот и мыли, это кто такой? Хлопнет. Зарядит. И хлопнет, курчавый бил. Да, били. О, нахер, Билли, ты где?
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Так, у тебя тут что, еще помогаете, что ли? А? Так, что, почти наполовинку покоцали его. револьверов. Прям под пулю. Не туда увернулся. Ладно. Вау. Блин, не попал, что ли, в него? Так, что почти половинка, да? Попал. Так, вот, патрончики, патрончики. Где же ты? Отлично.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he
Я
was
знал,
found
что
dead
вы не
in a
убивали
different
Джонни
location
Динга, потому что его
altogether.
нашли мертвым в другом
To this
месте.
day, his killer is
Кто
still
убийца, до
unknown.
сих пор неизвестно.
Indeed.
Да, это
Took me a
так.
few
Мне
months
понадобилось
before I
несколько
finally
месяцев, чтобы
tracked his
наконец
ass to
выставить
West
эту его
Turkey Creek
задницу в
Canyon.
каньоне Турти Крик. Опа, опа, опа. Следующий. Кто станет у руля и схватит пулю Джонни Ринга. Так, давай.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Скорость вообще не напрягает. Блин, а что скорость не получилось как-то накрутить у меня? Да, хреновенько, что вышло все это.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
А что такое? Почему? Фух.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy.
Блин, а
But the
почему
legend ain't always
скорость не
true.
получается у меня? Получилось.
Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty
Я
for
получил
Ringo and
солидную
Curly
награду за
Bill
Ринга и
and
Курчавого Динго
realized
и
there
понял,
was
что на
real
этом
money
можно
to be
делать
made.
хорошие деньги. Именно
That's
поэтому
why
я
I went
отправился
after
за
Henry
Генри
Plummer.
Пламером. Эпизод 3. переводится.
Wasn't he the sheriff who
Это не
augmented
тот
his
шериф, который
income by
наживался,
shaking down
вытряхивая деньги
miners
с
and robbing gold shipments?
That's
играли
the one.
поезда. Да,
Oh,
он
yeah,
сам.
I
О, да,
remember
я
him.
помню.
He ran that gang of thieving
Он был
outlaws
славным
called
главарем
the
этой банды
Innocents.
грабителей под
So it's true
названием
that you
не
went
знаю
toe to
как.
toe with him?
Так это правда, что
Indeed I did, son.
именно так, сынок,
Indeed I
действительно
did.
дрался. Великолепный одиночка. Убийство Джонни Ринга закрыло первую главу саги о мести Сайлоса и положило начало его кровавой карьере охотника за головами.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track
Возле
down
Бенника
Roscoe
через
Bob
некоторое время
Bryant.
после
And
смерти
hunting
Джонни
Plumber
Ринга.
looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head. Plumber rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
Такое. А, защита, ну так, не надо. Да.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Yeah, besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing.
My late father pointed out to me more than once. God made men. Samuel Colt made them equal.
Голову нормальненько. Так, да, наверное, мне в шахты. Лучше с револьверами. Дружинники на Диком Западе, где закона либо не было, либо он представлялся нечистыми руками, на руку властями, группы людей, которые называли комитетами дружинников, брали правосудие в свои руки. Жители принимали собственные законы, которые обычно позволяли в упрощенном порядке судить и приговаривать подсудимых к смерти через повешение. Доказательство виновности таких людей в каком-либо преступлении было ничем иным, как убеждением. Народные герои и дружинники часто имели существенное влияние в городе, иногда приводившее к чудовищному распространению террора. Так было с дружинниками Монтаны, ответственными за повешение Генри Пламера и еще 21 подозреваемых, которые были обвинены в членстве в мифической банде невинных. Последний из этих несчастных был повешен лишь за озвучивание своих сомнений по поводу виновности других бандитов. Так, что тут у нас? Боевик. Нахер надо. Или, блин, назад стволы. Так, а мне куда, собственно? Вот туда. Стоп, я туда зашел. Значит, мне вот сюда. Понял. Значит, надо было здесь по лестнице. то, конечно, не хреново. Ой. Так, надо сюда показывать.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves, killers, robbing travelers, and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings.
Мы обойдем.
Charlie Crow, the blacksmith.
Парочку, что ли, сделать?
James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's son. Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter, which I had no idea how to breach.
Блин, что сам себя взорвал, ё-моё, я не себя слоханулся.
You can't beat the innocents.
Dangerous, desperate individuals. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was tough. Or had some kind of death wish,
Перезаряжай.
seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? I thought I was some kind of hero.
Так, новый револьверчик. У нас сколько патронов, 100 раз больше стал я носить.
I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out.
Так, найдите вход в шахту вот сюда.
I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Просто поменять на дробовик мне тут что-то.
Had enough? Die!
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion. Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily
Что надо было
bushwhacked.
делать?
I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come. With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere,
На себе.
a body has to know what he's shooting at. One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube. I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insightful.
Фу, блин, еще и нырнуть
It's a
надо
good
было. Я
thing that
думал,
I
это ролик
abandoned
идет.
that ridiculous plan before I even tried it.
Затупил.
Instead, I spotted a ladder way into the mine from the opposite side.
Так, что тут у нас теперь? Так, стоп, если вот это вот... Ну, не можем вот так. Подскакивать. Могут и карманы. Не, дробовик мне не интересен. Так. Зарядка на гибу. Это вот. В следующем прокачаем перезарядку на гибу для револьвера.
It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith,
Так,
which
стоп.
ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell.
Я туда факт не допрыгну.
I was determined not to give up, however.
Правильно сделал, да?
As Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route.
Вот так вот с вами надо. Спустился вниз, поднялся вверх, опять спустился вниз. Непонятно, куда мы идем. Так, по-моему, я что-то заблудился с конца.
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Говорю, что это как-то странно. Вверх, вниз, вниз. Законник, бандит, отступник Генри Пламмер.
Gonna blow you into next week! This day is just getting worse and worse for you.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
Еще да, меня лучше, что-то я не понимаю.
All medieval on your ass.
Нормально.
Come on, boys! Take this cocksucker out!
Чего? Какие еще парни?
Rule the day.
Все? Ну, Генри, где ты?
Gonna bury you in a million pieces! Nobody for you today! Catch this, you son of a bitch! You can shoot, but can you aim? Gonna blow you into next week, boy!
Ладно.
Bastard! You ain't
Так, я
taking
сейчас не
me!
пойму, я ж в него попадаю, что он здоровье не убавляется.
I'm going all medieval on your ass.
Нахер, прям на динамит наступил. А, ну хоть сохранилось так вот в середине.
I can shoot too.
Блин, тише.
How you like that? You can shoot, but can you aim? You kill me, or I kill
Чё опять что? Ёп.
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! I'm going medieval on your ass! I'm shocked that you can't do it again! No blood money today! So on!
Тихо, кто? Отлично.
They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up! I can shoot too! Morons! Do it!
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
So, did you finally go after
Вы в
that
конце
pop
концов
filler?
отправились на поиски этого Боба?
Well, I heard word he
Ну
was
да,
in Kansas
меня
with
дошел слух,
John
что это
Wesley
был в
Harding.
Канзасе
So
с
that's where I
Джоном Уэсли
went.
Хардингом, поэтому туда я
Where in
отправился.
Kansas?
Где в Канзасе?
Abilene. Why do
Абелен.
you ask,
Почему ты
Ben?
спрашиваешь,
No
Бен?
reason.
Просто так.
Was Harden as fast as
Хардин
Ringo?
был таким же
Ringo was
быстрым.
fast,
Ринго был
but
быстрым.
John
но
Wesley
Джонни
was
Уэсли
as
был
fast as the
быстрым, как
devil
сам дьявол.
himself. Hell, he killed his
Черт
first
побери, он
man at
первый раз убил
15.
человека с 15
From that
лет.
day forward, he
С
had
того
a
дня и до
price on
конца
his
жизни
head
он был
and wouldn't
постоянно
back
в
down
розыске
for
и не
nobody,
отступал ни
not
перед
even
кем.
Wild Bill
Даже перед
Hickok
самим диким
himself.
Биллом Хикоком. Сайлас утверждает, что он стал охотником за головами, чтобы заработать деньги для преследования своей последней цели – Роско Боба Брайанта. До того, как железная дорога соединила два берега США, путешествие на дилижансе из студии в Калифорнии занимало больше 3 недель. И это при хорошей погоде. Дробовик идеально подходит для ближнего боя. Быстрый или мертвый.
I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
Для начала какое...
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
Не надо спешить. Да что, почему не попадает? Косой, видимо, вот такой вот.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hardin.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was cold in a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal
Так,
compadres.
ну что ж, друзья, давайте мы на этом и закончим нашу серию. Всем спасибо за просмотр, комментируйте видео, ставьте лайки и не забывайте подписываться на мой канал. Всем пока!